In a mission marked by urgency and complexity, the U.S. military, in coordination with the Royal Jordanian Air Force, has executed an unprecedented airdrop of humanitarian aid over the Gaza Strip as fears of widespread famine escalate. This operation, the first of its kind, saw C-130 Hercules transport planes release 66 bundles packed with over 38,000 meals into the conflicted region, where one-fourth of the population is reported facing starvation. The aid delivery comes amid a stringent blockade enforced by Israel following its war with the Hamas-led Gaza. Restrictions on the entry of food, water, medicine, and other essential supplies have dramatically reduced the daily flow of supply trucks. Under normal circumstances, 500 trucks would enter Gaza as per the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA. However, this number declined to an average of 150 in January and 97 in February. The severity of the situation is underscored by reports of Gazans resorting to consuming animal feed, coupled with the harrowing accounts of malnutrition-related deaths among children. The U.S., which has pressed repeatedly for an opening of borders to allow more aid to pass, faces criticism for turning to airdrops, an approach considered expensive and less effective, thus highlighting reduced influence in its alliances. Other nations, including Egypt, France, Qatar, and the UAE, along with recent aid efforts orchestrated by the UK and Jordan, have also performed similar airdrop missions to deliver necessities such as medicine and fuel. Despite the White House National Security spokesman John Kirby noting the quick transportation capabilities of planes, he emphasized that airdrops are not a substitute for ground transportation. Airdrops, amidst their necessity, present risks such as the potential for the aid to end up in the hands of militants and the danger to civilians on the ground. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict shows heartbreaking consequences, with alarming casualty figures released by the Gaza Health Ministry. The escalation in violence, seen in recent airstrikes and military engagements, underscores the importance of international attention and the urgent need for humanitarian interventions. Amidst this backdrop, the international community has called for a thorough investigation into incidents of violence, with EU diplomats urging inquiries into the deaths surrounding an aid convoy. The Israeli Defense Forces pledged to conduct a truthful investigation into allegations of intentional harm. In an emotionally charged statement, U.S. President Joe Biden referred to the ongoing loss of life as heartbreaking, emphasizing the desperation of the Gaza population. These expressions of concern dovetail with fervent international efforts to broker a ceasefire before the start of the holy month of Ramadan. Diplomatic engagements are set to continue with high-level talks and meetings amongst key stakeholders, including a meeting between U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris and Israeli War Cabinet member Benny Gantz. As the international community grapples with the crisis in Gaza, attention is also drawn to other regional tensions, highlighted by the sinking of the Ruby Mar, a cargo ship carrying hazardous materials, after a Houthi missile attack. The incident raises concerns of a potential ecological disaster, adding another layer of complexity to the precarious situation in the Middle East. The unfolding humanitarian crisis in Gaza, further exacerbated by the specter of famine and the complexities of wartime aid delivery, presents an urgent challenge that the international community must continue to address with coordinated and compassionate action.